9 years ago, this boy was abandoned, starving, and unwanted by anyone. But in 2016, something incredible happened to him. A heartbreaking photo of him drinking water from a kind stranger went viral, shocking the whole world. Since that moment, the boy's life has completely changed. So where is he now? And what does he look like today? Watch the full video to find out. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video. Let's get started. He was just a little boy, but in his village, he was seen as something else, a child witch. Even though the law in Akwa Ibom State forbids labeling children this way, old beliefs still run deep in some communities. Around the world, fear of witchcraft ruins lives, and for children like him, it means being cast out by their own families, left to survive on their own. Some don't make it. With no food, no shelter, and no chance to go to school, because no one will accept them, these children face a heartbreaking fight for survival. In Nigeria, some religious leaders take advantage of fear, accusing young children of witchcraft just to make money. Desperate parents, scared and unsure, are told they must pay for an exorcism. But when they can't afford it, or simply don't want to, many make a heartbreaking choice. Instead of seeking help, they abandon their child, leaving them alone in a world that sees them as cursed. Like so many others, this boy's parents did the unthinkable. They abandoned him. Branded as a witch, he was left to fend for himself on the streets, with no food, no water, and no one to care for him. Starvation slowly took its toll, his tiny body growing weaker each day. For 8 long months, he survived on whatever scraps he could find, leftovers from strangers, bits of food from the trash. And yet, the world around him kept moving. People saw him, but no one stopped. They just walked past as if he were invisible. If not for a kind-hearted stranger, this little boy's story might have ended in tragedy. But fate had other plans. Danish aid worker Anja Ringgren was driving down a dusty road when she saw him, frail, starving, and barely clinging to life. She didn't hesitate. Stopping her car, she gently gave him water, his parched lips struggling to drink. Then, without a second thought, she picked him up and rushed him to the nearest hospital. Doctors quickly got to work. He needed urgent treatment for severe malnutrition, gastric parasites, and dangerously low blood levels. And that was just the beginning of his long road to recovery. After saving the little boy, Anja knew his story needed to be heard. She shared a video of the moment she gave him water, hoping to raise awareness about the cruel fate of so-called witch children. What happened next was extraordinary. The video went viral, touching millions of hearts. Moved by his suffering, people came together, donating over $1 million to the African Children's Aid Education and Development Foundation, Anja's nonprofit dedicated to rescuing abandoned children like him. Not long after his rescue, Anja made a life-changing decision. She adopted him and gave him a name, Hope. She couldn't forget the moment she first held him in her arms, his frail body fighting for every breath. I was so sure he wouldn't survive. But I didn't want him to die without a name, without dignity. So I named him Hope, she admitted. And with that name, his journey to a new life truly began. Just 2 months after starting treatment, Hope made a remarkable recovery. The frail, starving boy was now full of life, his strength returning along with his bright smile. He laughed, played with other children, and finally experienced the childhood he had almost lost. Anja became the mother he never had, caring for him in a family-style orphanage where he found love and safety. A year later, Hope was not only healthy, but also starting school, a milestone that once seemed impossible. Looking at him now, it's hard to believe he was the same child abandoned on the road. Since 2016, Hope has lived in the orphanage that Anja and her husband built in southeastern Nigeria, a safe haven for children abandoned because of superstition. It's more than just a shelter. It's a home filled with love, where every child is treated like family. Here, they receive the warmth and care they were once denied. Looking at Hope now, his bright smile, his joyful eyes, it's almost impossible to believe that he was once left to die, accused of something so cruel. Just 1 year of love and kindness changed his life completely. The fragile, starving boy he once was is gone, replaced by a happy, healthy child who now has a future. Anya isn't alone in her mission. She and her husband David run a care center for abandoned babies, providing them with food, shelter, medical care, and education. But more than anything, they give these children something they've lost: a loving family. Anya and David also have a son of their own, David Jr., who has grown up alongside the orphaned children since birth. By a beautiful twist of fate, David Jr. and Hope are the same age. When Hope first arrived at the center, scared and unsure, it was David who reached out to him. That small act of kindness turned into a deep friendship, and today they are more than just friends. They are brothers. In 2022, Hope experienced a moment he never expected. He reunited with his father. Anya shared the heartwarming news on Facebook, posting photos of the two together. Hope looked genuinely happy, his face lit up with excitement. When we came back, Hope grabbed my phone, eager to show the other children the pictures of him and his father, just like any other child returning from a home visit, Anya wrote. In September 2023, Hope experienced another emotional reunion, this time with his mother. Anya shared the news, revealing the heartbreaking truth behind his past. Hope's mother had been just a child herself, only 15, when she gave birth to him. She had been forced into a relationship with his father, a village head nearly 50 years old, who had taken her as a wife. Trapped in a life she had no control over, she had no power to protect her son when he was accused of witchcraft and cast out. When they finally met, it wasn't easy. It took time for Hope to understand and forgive. But as they spent time together, a bond slowly grew. In his story, his mother isn't seen as the villain. She, too, was a victim. Today, Hope is 10 years old and stronger than ever. He still lives at the orphanage and proudly calls Anya his mother. But now, he's not just receiving help, he's giving it too. He supports other children, offering them the same kindness that once saved him, and helps Anya and David in their mission to rescue more kids in need. Thanks to Anya's charitable foundation, a new orphanage is being built in Nigeria, called the Land of Hope. Donations from people all over the world have made this dream possible, and the support hasn't stopped. Every contribution helps save another child, giving them a second chance, just like Hope once received. For Anya, the greatest reward for her hard work isn't fame or recognition. It's the smiles of the children she saved. And Hope's smile, in particular, has become a symbol of something much bigger. He represents the power of kindness, the strength of second chances, and the incredible things that can happen when people come together for a common purpose. But while Hope's story had a happy ending, many children are still suffering, abandoned and accused of things beyond their control. His journey is a reminder that change is possible, but only if we continue to fight for it. What do you think of Hope's story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more. As always, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.